Beautiful. 1D. Sister Joan. So much has been said, so true. Sorry, I got that bug. Oh, you think this is bad? Last it this time. Wow. It's really better, but it's lingering. But I just thank the Lord for being able to have Sister Kenerly in my life. I have been blessed. I can remember that I was raised in Church of God. I was 18 years old, and old heathen girl out there. My husband had gotten saved, and I didn't know what in the world was going on. I never even heard of the term being saved. I just couldn't. All I knew is he stopped doing all this stuff. And really? It just blew my mind. I'd never seen anything like that before. And I came up in Lutheran. I went to a Lutheran church. I was catechized, confirmed, sprinkled. Really? Yeah. I thought I knew my stuff. That he gets saved, and it's like, I don't have anything, but you know what? I couldn't understand. I could not understand. So he invited me out to church, and I came, and all the time I spent in the Lutheran church, I had never experienced anything like being in the midst of that little band on Washington Street. And, you know, they told me Sister Butler couldn't see. I said, yes, she can. She can see a little bit. She was just so perceptive, and everything was like she could see. But I just knew the very atmosphere. It was just impressive. And so we were getting ready to leave that Sunday, and we were in the car, and Sister Kenerly came up to the window and taps on the window. You come back now. And I did. I didn't get saved first trip out. I said, I'm not going to join something I was doing about, think I'm going to get saved just for him. No. But I dealt with this little heathen. I did come back, and God saved me eventually. And I just learned so much from Sister Kenerly, her very presence, demeanor, just everything about her, just wonderful. And so as time went on, and we grew, and you know, and back about 14 years ago, Brother Kenerly passed, and I asked my husband to take the pastorate, and people would start talking to me about, you know, you ready to be a pastor like that? I'm like, I don't know. So many people were saying something. I went to Sister Karen and says, people are asking me if I want to be a pastor. I said, do I? I said, I didn't know. But anyway, that's what happened. And you know, they got this term called First Lady. And, you know, I just associate that with the presidency, you know. I'm like, you know, Church of God, we're just simple folk, you know. And it's like, you don't call the preacher reverend, and, you know, it's like First Lady. So, you know, people start that term on me. I'm like, I am no different than I have been all these years. In a way, I'm gonna, you know, take on, you know, titles or whatever, but and I'd always put them off as this, the first shall be last. So I got to call myself the last lady. But, you know, for this lady here, and I believe I told her, I said, you'll always be my first lady. I loved her, and, you know, it became a challenge of musical cues around here sometime. You know, you think you got your spot, you know, where you're going to sit. You know, somehow, you know, you don't end up staying there, whatever. So I ended up, I finally found my spot. You know, I sat right about where, Sister Juanita is there. And so I'm sitting there, and then one day, Sister Kenerly came and sat down beside me. She said, I think I'm going to sit here. So I said, oh, okay. Because she used to sit up here, you know, when, and I guess after Brother Kenerly passed, she didn't much feel like sitting up there, you know, near him. You know, I never sat when I was in church, you know. That's just one of the sacrifices. But anyway, so I coined the term for as my pew partner. So it was fun sitting by her. She'd tell me all kind of stories, and she'd get to talking about things in the past, and I just liked hearing it. You know, she was just such a wonderful person. And one more thing. Now, we were coming to church one Sunday, and not too long ago, and I think I was riding with Anthony that particular Sunday, and he was turning in the lot here up front, and Sister Kenerly and Sister Needy were getting out their vehicle. They had parked, and they were walking, so in order to let them by to get to the back door there, we just had to pause there, you know, turning into the drive, coming in. And this is, you know, bright Sunday morning, and so they're walking into the church, and I got to looking at them. I said, they're so beautiful. I don't know, the way the light was hitting, their hair was shining, and you know, and then I was thinking about what they meant to me in my life, and it was even more beautiful. I said, oh, they are beautiful. And they were so beautiful. So I was telling them, you know, Sister Kenerly, I was probably because you hadn't seen each other for over a week. I think we didn't have crazy. Yeah, we just hadn't seen each other in a while, that's all. You know? But she was a beautiful person, and that, I believe, what was just shining there, just the thoughts and the memories. And one of the last memories I had, you know, I didn't get by to visit you. I'm living in Columbus, but I didn't get by to visit a whole lot. But this one, it was the week before Thanksgiving, and I had, you know, for most of that month and the whole time, I wanted to go by and see her. And so I called, and I didn't get an answer. I leave a message, I never heard back from her. I says, oh my, I want to go by and see her. So it was just on me that week, and you know, I hadn't heard back from her. I didn't want to come at a bad time. I knew she had gotten down kind of sick, and I, you know, didn't want to come at a bad time. So I finally decided to get in touch with Brother Mike. Brother Mike, I said, what's a good time to go by, you know? He said, oh, anytime, you know, just give her a call. I said, well, I did, and I didn't get an answer. Oh, try this number, you know. So I had the wrong number. So anyway, he said, go ahead, give her a call now. She's there, she's up. So I did, and I got, so Sister Kenerly, you know, I wanted to come by and see you. Oh, okay. And so it was kind of late that evening, about 6 or so, and so I said, I think I'm gonna come up tonight. She said, oh, you don't have to come up this late. I said, yeah, I want to. I just felt like I wanted to go. And so I struck out, you know, and dark, whatever. I got my little GPS. I'm trying to make sure I get there, you know. Seemed like I always go past the house, and I had to turn around and go back. But I got there, and I am so glad we just had a good visit. Just good, just sitting around and talking to her. I had taken her some greens I had made. She was sitting there eating them. I said, I wonder if she has any dietary restrictions. I was thinking they were kind of salty, you know. So, you know, she just up there eating. She didn't care about what I was saying. No, it's fine. So the time comes to leave, and I didn't want her to come to the door, you know, she let me in by the garage door. She had to kind of go out and reach into the garage and push the button to raise and lower the door. So she said, well, let me let you out. No, I don't want you, because I know she was having a little time getting around. And I said, I tell you what, I said, I'm going to push the button and I'll, you know, get up under the door before it closes. And, you know, you don't have to come out. So she didn't say much, but I guess she may have known it wouldn't work, but I didn't. But I said, okay, here I go. So I pushed the button, and I tried to make it to the door. And I got to the door, and it must have had a sensor because it went right back up when I got to it. So she had made her way to the door just like she was thinking it was going to happen. So I did not know how that tickled her. I had heard that all her visitors, she said, you should have seen Sister Johnny. So I'm so glad I had a chance to give her a chuckle, you know, in her last days, even if I had to look funny or whatever. And I just appreciate her. And one thing I gotta mention about Sister Kenerly, she liked a certain cereal called Ralston. And she was telling me about her Ralston one day and how she couldn't find it. They would sell it in the stores. that Katie's been looking it up. They want to charge, what was it, $20 or something for this little bag of Ralston. I said, really? I said, I think I've seen that somewhere. And I got trying to think, where did I see that? So there's a little store in Columbus, and that's where I thought I saw it. And I went in there, and sure enough, there was that Ralston. I said, oh, let me get Sister Kenerly some Ralston here. So she'd buy 3-4 bags at a time. You know, she just loved her Ralston. So she got me to eating it, so I got my bag at home now. I'm gonna keep eating my Ralston, and when I was taking care of my daughter when she had a baby, I fixed her bowl of Ralston. She done passed her Ralston on to us. So I appreciate Sister Kenerly so much. I have been blessed and favored to have her as my First Lady, and she'll always be my First Lady.
It is now 9:30. Certainly don't want to prolong anything, but if we do not want to cut anybody off. All right, let's see.
Certainly appreciate Aunt Pat. Oh, Brother Sam Cabot. We certainly appreciate Aunt Pat, and I've known Aunt Pat since I know myself. And that's all I've known her by is Aunt Pat. And when I got the news, I sent Brother Mike a text, wanted to, send our condolences. But one word that came to my mind for Aunt Pat was consistency. That was the one word that came to my mind to describe Aunt Pat. And when I got old enough to not have to come to church anymore, I went away for a while, and then when I came back, it was as if I went away, but she was exactly the same as when I left, when I came back. She was the same Aunt Pat. No change, no different, no, oh, Aunt Pat, what happened? The same exact Aunt Pat. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful aunt to have. I can keep going on about that, but I'm going to go ahead and speak plainly here tonight. Now, you all know good and well Aunt Pat was the cake baker. I mean, we've given her flowers about how wonderful she was and how much. I remember when I was a little boy, I think this was the first birthday cake that I had. I might be about 5 or 6 years old, and I love football. And she made me a football cake. I like to have to ate that whole cake by myself. She reminded me of the woman in the Bible named Dorcas. They said, look, Dorcas has passed away. You see all this stuff that she's made us? Here, raise her back up. And Pat was a wonderful, wonderful cake maker. She would do stuff that just had you in amazement. And I remember one day she told me she was going to retire, and I'm thinking to myself, how are you going to do that? All these delicious cakes that you made for many people over the years, and some of them back there in the pictures, you can see them, but Aunt Pat was truly a wonderful lady. Appreciate the Kenerly family. I've known him all my life. We was up in the attic with Mike and, worked over a little bit here and there. And then, I worked around here, man. Coming up in the attic, we're going to teach you little things, but it was fun. It was good. And we appreciate the memories and appreciate the opportunity we had to share with Aunt Pat. I'm going to let my wife tell you all about a story when we was able to spend the night over at my Aunt Pat's house. I'll let her tell that story to you.
We stayed with Aunt Pat for a meeting, and I just had my son, not long, I guess, prior to, he was born in August. I don't know if it was that December or maybe a year after, but I was nursing at the time, and something was left in the car. I don't remember what it was at this time. But anyway, he went out to get it. So after a while, I'm like, oh, it's taking him so long to come back. And I'm like, well, I gotta say I need to nurse him so he can go down and, go to bed. So I didn't want to stop. I was like, there's no reason why he should be back inside by now. It's like, he's locked out. He is locked out of the house. So, and I'm like, I know he doesn't want to, and Pat's room was on that side, so he didn't want to ring the door, he couldn't, he was in the garage, basically, so he didn't know what to do. We didn't want to wake him Pat. And I'm like, well, I don't want to put Sandy down. What if he starts crying and wake up Aunt Pat? What am I going to do with all this? I said, well, let me just go ahead and get him down so I can continue to do what I needed to do with my son. And so I'm like, he is definitely locked out. So I got Sandy down. He was sleeping. I went, oh, he's like, man, I was just praying like, Lord, please talk to my wife. Tell her I am locked in the garage. I was like, oh my goodness, I thought you were locked in the garage. But he didn't want to wake up Aunt Pat by knocking on the door, and I didn't want to wake up Aunt Pat by saying you're crying. So I just didn't know what to do. He told her, she laughed. Oh man, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, ooh, thank the Lord. Like, maybe I do have a little something here. The Lord didn't tell me like that. Just in the house, you know. So I appreciate Aunt Pat as well. My mom, on a few occasions when she was able to come here with me, she met Aunt Pat, and you know, my mom would ask about her all the time, and she loved Aunt Pat. She only known her for, you know, a short time, so when you only seen her 3, 4, 5 times maybe, but she really loved her too, and she sends her condolences to the family. She loved Aunt Pat, and Aunt Pat would always ask me, how's your mom doing? You know, she would always, you know, be concerned and just show her love. So I appreciate Aunt Pat, and I appreciate the family. So Lord bless you all.